Marcella, do you want to tell them just a quick note about yourself?
Sure. I'm Marcela Guzman, and I've been doing this for about 2 years now and loving it. And I'm so excited to be sharing all this information with you guys and helping empower you guys to be your own health coaches.
Yay! All right, and I'm Amanda Dumas, and I've been doing I don't know, something in the wellness kind of space for at least a good 10 years, but more 6 years, specifically doTERRA. And there are certain things that I really, really like to get people started off with, knowing really well. And it's just so empowering when they have like the information and resources right up front, so that they can move forward and make it a journey instead of making it just like a little, what would we call that? Like a phase that they go through, or like some little like minor interest or whatever. So I really, really, I like to empower people. So I would feel delighted if today you walked away from this like little 30-minute deal with just feeling, number one, like you know how to use what came to you in your little kit. And some of that we've already probably covered during an unboxing call, or you may have got to watch a little video about like the specific oils in our kit, or you may have gotten an email to say like this is what this is for, so you could just kind of have it at a glance. So that would be one goal, is to kind of, if you don't actually know for sure as of yet, to get that where you at least have the resources that you can look it up on the fly within 10 to 20 seconds. And I want to make sure that you guys have a plan for like morning, afternoon, evening, what kind of like which oils need to go into your wellness routine. Because the idea is, if this becomes for you the point where things changed and really started the upward spiral instead of continuing the down, like all of us are in this kind of a strange state. Just the way things are going with environmental um, toxic load, that in some ways we have a choice about, but in some ways we don't. There's just, we have more exposure to things that are coming in through our skin, through the air, just, and that we can't make choices about. But the things that we can, let's definitely get a handle on what those look like and how to help our body handle those extra stresses and toxins that are definitely a bigger part of our life. I think it's a little bit of a shift today, that people are now seeing that they need to really, become their own health coach and take some ownership when it comes to this. That it's not going to be enough to have a good relationship with a doctor who's able to, work with medications. There's so much we can do before we get to that point. And although we have very much a lot of respect for people who are, in that space, that care about us and really want the best for us, but they are not educated about nutrition the way that they could be. And also some of these natural solutions and remedies that are so, so simple, that we can take care of ourselves before we need to bother them with the bigger issues. That's where we need to really take that ownership. So if you're like me and you just, feel like you're ready to go ahead and try fixing one or two of these issues, it's delightful, just so, so fun to get you guys in a space where not only do you feel like you're getting results about one or two things, but to make that a lifestyle change where you're continuing to just be more aware, for the rest of your life, and passing it on to your kids and to your family members, neighbors, aunts, whoever. And so that we will also do, in order to try to promote the kind of like furtherance of this journey, we're also going to do not only like morning, afternoon, and evening kind of ideas for using your oils, but also like a 30, 60, 90-day plan, so that that you can have a view of what this can be. So I'm going to have you guys get a couple things ready before well, as I talk. How about that? I'm going to share my screen in just a minute, but your job is to take a look in your email. I'm assuming that you're tuning in from some sort of device where you can have the internet. If you're watching this on a computer or even on your other phone, most likely you can get to the internet. I'd like you to find the email that you were originally sent when you very first enrolled, It'll have your wellness ID number, which will be 7 or 8 numbers, something like that. And it'll also in your email, it should tell you what your password was that you chose. It's the one that has like, a capital letter and a slower letter and a number and a symbol, it's that kind of thing. So that'll be in there. If you don't have that handy, go ahead and start doing that. I'm going to tell you where we're going to go with that information, because I really like one of the steps that I know keeps people from taking care of themselves with the doTERRA products is if they don't know how to work the doTERRA.com webpage. And so we're going to go there now, and I'm going to give you guys a second to do this. So if you're watching this as a recording, you can pause it, whatever you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go ahead and go to doTERRA.com. So if you guys have the info, you'll go straight to, do I have it here? Okay, so here's doTERRA.com, and you're going to go ahead and sign in. You'll hit the login button. And if you already have this set up, fantastic. It'll be super easy to just hit the login button. The very first time you go through doing this, it's going to do one of those verification processes where it's going to tell you that you need to have something sent to your cell phone and, that kind of thing. It's kind of like, they try to make it as secure as possible since they do stuff with, credit card info on here. So, so take a minute to do that. Don't be afraid to hit that, that Zoom. No, not Zoom, just kidding. The quick start guide, right? They call it a quick start guide. If you guys haven't done that yet, it really only takes about 30 seconds and it's very useful. So I recommend you do the cute little quick start guide, reading where a couple little things are. Okay, so now I'm signed in, and I'm going to have you guys go to the area marked resources. Now, when you're not signed in, we still have access to everything in the Discover section. So you can discover solutions. There's all sorts of cool things that you can figure out here, even if you're not signed in. But these extra resources appear when you put in the fact that you have an account, that you've made a decision, that you are all in, right? Then all these extra things become available to you. So under Empowered Success, you are going to go to the Empowered Success guides, and specifically the Live guide is where we're going to focus today. I love that they have this available. It's beautifully done. You can purchase one if you like to. I think it's only $1, but it's also free to download. You can print it yourself, and I think it's lovely. Like I really, really think it's like well done. I don't know if I could do better. So I'm going to have you guys just kind of really quick, be able to glance at each of the pages. We're going to come back to this page 3 in just a minute, but I'd like to give you guys kind of an idea. You'll notice here that we have what we call like the wellness pyramid, the idea that eating right is kind of like one of the basis of how we handle all of the other things. A lifestyle choice, right? So exercise, rest and managing stress, reducing toxic load. Those are kind of the base of our pyramid that we need to kind of get right, so that we don't have issues that we need to involve our medical care practitioners for. But we do also want solutions for issues that come up, headaches or cramps or skin issues or whatever. So this is kind of the area that we need to, possibly get help for, but these are things that we as a lifestyle choice are totally in charge of. So the way that doTERRA is doing this is they're so good at trying to support us in each of those basic areas that are key. And those small changes over time make a big impact. So whether it's about eating right, doTERRA's got some awesome stuff there. And so you can take a look at some of those things. If exercising is where you kind of feel like you don't quite have what you should be doing, we have resources there as well. And these 2 pages will tell you about that. If resting and managing stress is one of the things that is, kind of a problem area for you, doTERRA has a lot to offer in that area as well. Reducing toxic load feels like a huge one to me. I would really, really love if we could just get a handle on this. And in fact, doTERRA has a bit of an initiative that's going to be starting later this month, where they're also trying to make this something that's really, really easy for people to get a handle on and feel confident about. The informed self-care, again, things about like how do I handle boo-boos and just different issues in general. How do I get targeted support for my skin and hair? What about if I need some urinary support? What about digestive support? So this is a fun little at a glance thing. So I can say, if I feel like I'm having issues with my respiratory, at a glance, what are some things I can use for that? So this is a really great resource. I hope you guys will take a minute to peruse it on your own time as well. I'm going to get you guys down to the page that is, I believe, page 20. And if there was a page that I felt like you need to print off, it would be page 20. And although many of these other ones are super good and you may really enjoy them to be able to look at a couple of things at a glance, this one right here, page 20, is where we're going to spend a little bit of time. Now, notice on page 21, you do have quite a few oils listed here, whether they are in the what do we call them, the singles or the blends. And there's a couple of things that we're going to make available to you guys to be able to try. Say, for example, here, rosemary, which is, I hope this isn't making people sick. Sometimes they're like, when you zoom in so much, it makes my eyes go funny. Anyway, the rosemary, which is great for immune support, reducing mental fatigue, and also it's really great for hair. I love this for focus. It's something that I often will diffuse if I feel like I'm having issues with, focusing or just kind of being at my mental best. And then notice the serenity up here. This one is good for reducing stress and anxiousness, tension, mental chatter, sleep support. And then I actually don't think that the clementine is listed here. It's not, but okay, but those are the three things that we are offering to you guys as a choice for your prize. If you're watching this as a recording or even attending live, because we want to show you some extra love and reward the fact that you're investing in your health and being able to just learn more, to consider some of these things and make it a lifestyle choice. We are popping in a Google form that you can fill out, and we would love to send you a little surprise. And those three choices are kind of where we're offering. So depending on what you feel. Oh, and I actually didn't mention, but clementine, you can see I'm actually getting really low here. I'm glad that Marcella has extra. The clementine has a very high limonene count, just like a lot of other citruses. Oh, it heard me say Google. So sorry, guys. So this is fantastic for things that are cleansing related, as well as boosting, all the things that limonene does. You guys can Google it. It's amazing. But very, very, very good for our bodies. Okay, so that's a fun thing. Hey, so that page that I was just showing you is a fun little like at a glance resource. You may have also gotten from us something that looks like this, the A to Z guide. This one's a really great one, and we may be having you guys take a look in here later when we're thinking about your specific health goals. Like, so if you're here because you really needed some help with some seasonal issues. You get all the watery eyes and the scratchy throat and stuff like that during certain times of the season. Well, the awesome thing is you're able to kind of just look that up in your itty bitty little book right here, right? And you can kind of see some of it at a glance, what's good for that. You may have one that looks more like this. That's a pocket size modern essentials. You might even have the essential quick reference. This one's another really good one. I like this one a lot too. So you most likely already have one of these or will get it in your goodie bag. You might have the awesome, like one of my favorites of all time, the Modern Essentials book, which is the bigger, thicker version. This now goes up to version 7. That one you probably want to go ahead and get it, on Amazon or oralife.com. And then this one, the Essential Life book is really pretty. Like I would say the Modern Essentials is a little bit more on the sciencey side. So if you kind of like to have like a little blurb about the research that kind of put that into like how we know this works and stuff like that, then that would be the one that you would want. versus this one, which is it's almost like a coffee table book. Like it's just so pretty, and it has some really great recipes in there. Both of them are very doTERRA specific and are really fantastic resources, easy to use. They have like different ways to look things up. If you're like, what do I do with this oil? I don't know how to use it. Versus like, what do I do for this problem? What oils can I possibly use? So it kind of has like different ways to do that. Um, and of course, there's always the fact that we have our Facebook pages and being able to connect with the person who actually helped you get started, because that's also another really good way to just get connected and find answers for what you're looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna pop back and show you guys. So that was page 21. That was a lot of fun to kind of look at some of those oils that you may want. But page 20 is where I want to spend a little bit of time. So now our first goal hopefully has been accomplished, where you do already know ways to find out answers for the oils that you have, how to use them for what you need. Oh, you know what? I should also go ahead and mention too, if you didn't get the little stickers for the tops, it really surprisingly for 50 cents you can get like the whole sheet that has all of them. A couple of the little several of them will have doubles of like lavender and peppermint and some common ones like that. I find that people who have the stickers on their tops are more likely to use the things that they have, because they don't feel like they're constantly searching for something. And so I would encourage you to go ahead and put that on your next order. It's 50 cents, and I promise you'll be so happy that you did, in terms of being able to find stuff later, like so that you can just quickly open a box, then grab what you need. Okay, so back to the wellness consult here. Since we're doing this as a recording, we do plan for the people who are attending live. So Kelly and Vivian and Marie. Oh, and Debbie, that's so fun that you joined in. Awesome. Chris may end up coming as well. I don't know if Luigi's going to join in or not. Anyway, we won't fill this out specifically right now. At the end of the recording, we're going to pause and be able to help you guys through some of these. Although really, I know for the people that I've introduced, we have spent some time talking about this already, you know, whether it's the skin issue or the digestive trouble or the headaches or whatever thing it may be. We probably already got you some really great solutions in the kit that you bought. And several of you on here may have got different kits. Some of you may have gotten the one that has the lifelong vitality supplements in it. And so you already have some of those supplements available. If not, that's okay. You know, we'll just build as we go. And then some of you may have started with some, but know that you do need a couple more things that we mentioned that are going to be great, or in order to help your daughter or your husband or whatever it may be. And so this is a pretty helpful little page if you guys want to print it. This is the part that we start to create our daily wellness plan. And here's an idea for you guys about how to arrange your day and support every portion of it with a plan that is going to be maximizing your possibilities of wellness. So the ideas of having some supplements in the morning, possibly in the afternoon again, in the evening. I tend to do morning and afternoon personally. And the evening one, I most often will jump into the afternoon because I'm more likely to fade out then. And then there's also going to be some essential oils that you use in the morning or afternoon, and then more in the evening for sure. So let's dive into a couple of these. I'm going to switch to page 19, which is right before, because it's talking about these particular, we call them the Lifelong Vitality Pack, or we call them the LLV. And part of the reason that we feel like this is a huge part for if people are wanting to really tackle some of their long-term things like anxiety or just like low energy, or just, a super high stress, being able to handle things and having stressed out adrenals and things like that. Okay, so some of those kind of things that didn't come overnight, we need to make a longer plan for, a 30, 60, 90-day plan. And in order to do that, I would say this is one of the best small changes that equals a big result. So we have the alpha CRS that has these amazing polyphenols to protect our cells. And so all the things that are critical for our cell structure, the mitochondria, things like that, are all mixed up in this alpha CRS. And I would say it's kind of what binds together the two things that we most often hear about. Like we hear about you need vitamins and minerals, and you need the omegas, right? We often hear about the omega fatty acids and how good those are for our brain and our heart and cellular system, right? And so the ones from doTERRA have the essential oils mixed in there as well, which is so supportive. The microplex VMZ, or think of vitamins, is the way that we also get those micronutrients into our diet. But it's this alpha CRS that really maximizes how those two blend. And it is amazing how the three of these work together. I really would love to spend some time telling you guys more. In fact, I'll let you know this. We have twice a year, we go through an 8-week series. And this is to allow people who are just getting started with their oils and who are ready to start making a big impact using small changes. It's 8 weeks. We go through things like I have my oils, now what? The nutrition and supplements happens to be the second one. There's toxic-free living, I believe, is the third. The fourth one is oils for every age, I believe. And then we do Symphony of the Cells for number 5. Then there's essentials, sleep, emotions, and what is it? Sleep, emotions, and help me out here, Marcella. I know you know what these are.
Stress, sleep, and emotion.
Sleep and emotions. Thank you. Yep. And then we have the women's health and hormones. And the last one is pain management. And those 8 are like kind of key for anybody who is starting out to be able to really get a handle and make those kinds of long-term journey kinds of changes. So we have some coming up here in the month of April. We usually offer in April and October. We'll begin that series. And it's a kind of a fun thing to like be able to tune in live on those weeknights. But even if you just have to watch the recording, we have the Google form that you can fill out. That way you can still get your reward or prize or surprise there at the end for having put the time in to pay some attention and take some ownership and learn what you need to know to become empowered. And we really want to promote that and encourage you guys and incentivize you doing that. So be on the lookout for that info as well. Okay, going back to screen sharing here. So we were talking about these lifelong vitality supplements, and we will also tell you the way to get these at a super reduced price as well. And but here we are. Okay, so back to the morning, afternoon, and evening. This lifelong vitality pack, LLV, which is the alpha CRS, microplex VMZ, E omega, and then the Terrazyme. This Terrazyme, guys, has been a lifesaver. It's actually kept me and my youngest, my 5-year-old, out of the pediatric gastrointestinal office because it's really helped some of the food allergies as well as just digestive issues that have come up for him. And just in general, like all of us produce fewer enzymes as we age. And so even if we're eating some really solid, great organic food, we may not be getting as much out of it as we could. And not as much out of any vitamins that we may have been taking up until this point either. So I highly recommend taking the Terrazyme together with the LLV to be able to kind of maximize what those nutrients, how they're bioavailable into our bodies. As far as essential oil, so let me go ahead too. So in the afternoon, we do the second set. So we have part for the morning, part for the afternoon, just because it's so nice for our bodies to get small changes over time, make a big impact. Right? So we have offer a little to your body in the morning and the rest in the afternoon. If you have to do it in the evening, that's fine. It won't necessarily keep you awake or anything, but I do for sure feel much more energetic after I take these. Like it's cumulative as well as immediate. Does that make sense? So I like that energy to come for me in the afternoon more than the evening. And so that Terrazyme comes in the afternoon as well. And then the PB assist, which I'll just pop up here for a quick second so you guys can see. This PB assist, I'm probably not pointing to the wrong one, is basically a probiotic. And so we love for that to be taken in the evening with your meals, so that digestive juices are able to work on that prebiotic and probiotic that is in that PB assist capsule. And what's great is that kind of sits as your body's not digesting overnight and kind of helps colonize the gut. So that's when we recommend things in the evening. All right, and then as far as the essential oils go, now this is the part that for you, this is a good base where I would say, Dr. David Hill, as well as the other, I think there's like 6 other doctors on the medical advisory board. But all of the doctors who have used this in their practice, prescribed these to their patients, things like that, every single one of them says we need to take some frankincense under our tongue, or if you don't like the flavor of it, you can put it on the top of your head. It's a fantastic way to get some things into your body. The bottoms of the feet are another awesome way to have some quick absorption in through, like, as according to the science of reflexology, how our feet have a lot of those nerve endings and can kind of like soak it all the way up into our bodies through those ends of the nerves there. So so those are great ways to get us. They say, frankincense under the tongue, balance goes on the bottoms of your feet, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute as well. And then there's a couple other recommendations, but I would say, like, these are the basics, right? Where if you are looking to make some major health changes, the kind of ones that have been hanging on for years and years, but you need to do some things, let's take a look at this 30, 60, 90-day plan. 90 days out, they really, really could have a major, major impact by making these small, small changes. So 1 to 3 drops of lemon or clementine or some other citrus. Tangerine would also be fantastic here because of the limonene. But as we're using these super crazy high quality oils that are safe for internal use and recommended for internal use, we want to be able to have that in our water daily. And notice that is something that will repeat into the afternoon. And even in the evening, we want to have our the water bottle that we carry around, which hopefully is stainless steel or glass, because we don't want to leach out some of the toxic PBAs in plastic not for things that we're drinking. So that would be something that is kind of like a mainstay. Like you need this in your life. The 2 drops of frankincense, either on the bottom of your feet or under the tongue, are also fantastic. And then the balance on the bottoms of the feet. Now, these are things that I actually do every single day. And my family can tell a difference when I don't use balance. The thing about balance is it really helps all of those, like when we are under stress, we have some automatic responses. We may grit our teeth, we may kind of clench our hands just a little bit, we may hunch our shoulders just a little bit as we kind of get a little bit more tense. All of these things, we may sweat just a little bit more. We're definitely more on edge and more likely to lash back at somebody, right? And those kinds of things are natural stress responses. And when our body has high stress, including from toxic load or whatever it may be, those are the kinds of things that our body is naturally going to do. So balance, even though we don't consciously think, oh, I can just relax my shoulders a bit. Or, I don't really need to be holding my hands clenched this tight. Or we don't say that to ourselves, but the essential oils are communicating with those systems and helping us relieve those kinds of stress responses. So huge benefit, definitely noticeable, immediate, and over time. There's those small, small changes that produce the big, big impacts, right? So balance and the frankincense are key. Now, those are like just the basics. Many of us need more support than that. I know I did. I have other things that I do like on a regular basis before my feet hit the floor, and also throughout the day, things that that I have placed specific locations in my home to help me with whatever my particular issues are. Sometimes there's a skin issue. You may want to have something for for rolling on, like a part of the skin that seems to be damaged. You may want to have that close by in your bathroom, because as you're getting dressed, maybe that's where you're going to be using it the most. So set yourself up for success and put those things there. Maybe you're a runner and you often have trouble with your hip or your knee, but by the time you get your leggings on, you're not gonna go back and like go to the opposite side of the house and get out your deep blue and put something on that, right? So set yourself up for success. Put that location, put that essential oil at a location where you'll be able to use it. And that is how we kind of personalize the wellness consult that we're looking at here. So your morning, afternoon, and evening, we need to fill in these gaps with other things. Maybe you need some Mito 2 Max to assist your mitochondria if your adrenals are super fatigued. Maybe we need, like we can talk about like if you have a lot of pain issue, when you might want to take some of the deep blue polyphenols, or what other essential oils you need to be applying if headaches are a thing, so you can get to it before the end of the evening when your headache normally pops up. So that's how we start to personalize this for you. But here, this morning, afternoon, and evening are the basics. Notice again in the afternoon, you're repeating this for the water. You're kind of scheduled here to diffuse the On Guard. On Guard is amazing for helping our protective, all the things that are super protective, that, like antiviral, antibacterial, and that kind of stuff. We want that in the air, and so that our immune systems are very supported to be able to work all those things through. The deep blue rub after a workout or whatever that looks like, make these like kind of the basics, so that when you're adding the other stuff to them, you already have this as your base, and this is the way to really, really support how you're going to be doing this. Okay, so I'm going to go let Marcella take over talking about what it looks like for this 30, 60, 90-day plan.
Thank you for that, Amanda. Now that you've got a little bit of what your daily routine should look like, I want to go ahead and try to get this to be customized to your specific needs. So the first thing I want you to do, I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to keep looking at that page 20 that Amanda was showing you. And I want you to think about the daily routine that she shared with you, and what are you missing from that daily routine? And I want you to take inventory of what you have. So most of you, with the kit that you got started with, probably got a lot of these oils. So for example, you probably got frankincense and balance and deep blue and lavender and lemon that you can put in your water. So you probably got all of those. If you didn't get some of those that you need for your basic daily routine, go ahead and at the bottom of your page, you can add them onto your month 1 LRP order. These are the things that you need. If you don't feel comfortable putting it there quite yet, up here is another option at the top of that page. Natural solutions you need is where you would put that. Then I want you to now take a look. Remember your top 3 health concerns that you thought about when you stopped and looked through the pyramid. Maybe it's reducing toxic load, maybe it was sleep, maybe it was exercise, whatever that was. Go ahead and have that in mind. And I want you to grab whatever reference book that you got. So I'm actually going to be looking at the Essential Life Basic book. It is a bigger version of if you got like an A to Z guide or a Modern Essentials little guide that Amanda showed. This is just a slightly bigger version, but it's the same idea. I want you to turn to your little reference to the ailment section, and I want you to find that ailment, your top concern that you had, number one. So I'm going to just show you real quick here. I'm looking at cartilage injury because I'm having a little bit of issue with my knee as a runner. I want to make sure my knees are strong. So my little issue here is cartilage injury, and there's 5 oils listed. You might have the same thing, 5 oils listed, or you might have a little protocol or something. If you've got 5 oils listed, go ahead and pick the first 2 oils. And I want you to write down there on natural solutions you need or natural solutions you have, whether you have the oil or not. And then over here in the middle section that Amanda showed you about, in one of the blank spaces, I want you to go ahead and write what it's telling you to do and how to use it. So I have deep blue and lemongrass topically. So I would write those 2 oils maybe here and say topically, or maybe put them over here since it's my top concern. It's going to go into this daily first 30-day plan. Once you do that, I want you to go down to the bottom now, and I want you to write down from what Amanda shared with you. Like I said, you probably have the oils, but what are you missing that you don't have from the first 30 days that Amanda shared with you? Maybe you're missing the supplements. That's usually something that's lacking unless you got the particular kit that has the supplements. So I would maybe add on here your LLV, your Terrazyme, your PB Assist, and then go ahead and add in whatever oils for that first top health concern that you have. Go ahead and add that in here so you've got what you need for your first 30 days. Once you've done that, I want you to go ahead and start thinking about month 2. So in month 2, I want you to go ahead and carry over the things that are going to run out quickly. So for example, your LLV is a 30-day supply, so you're going to want to copy that over. Your Terrazyme and your PB Assist are 30-day supplies, so you're going to want to carry that over. Perhaps you got the kit with the little 5 ml bottles, which are really small, but a wonderful way to start. You might be running out of frankincense. If you are using frankincense, 2 drops twice a day or 2 drops once a day, maybe you're getting close to running out after 30 days. So you might want to carry that over. Maybe lemon is one because you're using it so much in your water and just for everything. You might want to carry that over. So anything that you know you're going to run out of in 30 days, you might want to go ahead and put that in month 2. And then I want you to take a look at the reference guide for the second top concern that you had, the second ailment that you want to try to address. And we're going to address that in the second month and go through the same exercise. If you need to pause this video now to do that, go ahead. I highly recommend it. Go ahead and look for your second ailment and go through the same exercise. Find the top 2 oils or the top protocol that they suggest, and make a note at the top of this page of the oils that you have and the oils that you need, and then go ahead and write the oils that you need on the little box for the second month so that you can have a running list of that. Then you're going to go through the same exercise for the third month. You're going to carry over anything that you might still need, for example, your LLV, your probiotics, your Terrazyme, and then carry over things you might be running out of. By month 3, if you are using balance regularly, maybe balance is starting to run out. Maybe On Guard is something that will be running out. So you want to go ahead and put those on month 3, and then any oils you need for your third ailment. And so once you get that done, if you paused and you're coming back now, once you get that done, you are now empowered to be your own health coach. You've got your 30-day plan. And once those your 90-day plan, once those 90 days are up, you can repeat this for the next 90 days, or you can do this with a family member, a child, a husband, a wife, whatever it is. You can go ahead and repeat that. You can even do this for friends, and you can help them out and walk them through making up a 90-day plan that they commit to improve their health. So super exciting. Great. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about, which is actually the most exciting part for me, is how you can get your oils at the best price possible. Not only your oils, but your supplements in particular. There is a great way I'm going to show you to get that LLV at an amazing price. So I am going to share some slides with you. They're not the best pictures, so please bear with me, but I am going to show you how to get your LRP started and talk to you a little bit about LRP. So let me share my screen again with you. Let me make sure I get the right screen here. Awesome. So if you went ahead and walked through with Amanda, verifying your account, you probably logged out. When you log back in for the first time, if you haven't ordered since your very first order, your screen is probably going to look something like this, where you have an option here to create a new loyalty order or create a new one-time order. You can order one time, that's fine. And you can order one time for the remainder of your time with doTERRA. That is fine. It is a way to order. There's no commitment. You don't have to worry about anything. You can order whatever you want, whenever you want. That's fine, but it's not the best, most economical way to do it. The best, most economical way is to set up an LRP order, especially you're committing to 90 days, you're committing to 3 months, so you might as well get some money back for doing that. And it's a way of kind of doTERRA saying, way to go for investing in your health. So you want to go ahead and create a new loyalty reward order, and I'll walk you through that. Go ahead and click on create a new loyalty reward order. And the next screen that's going to pop up at that point is this screen right here. It's going to ask you, what do you want to do? So you're going to say, go ahead, create a new loyalty reward order. That's fine. And then it's going to ask you for a date. So why is this important? So part of the benefits of having an LRP order is that you can get a free product of the month. If you order a qualifying order, and we'll get into what PV means and everything in a second, but if you put in a qualifying order of 125 product value or PV on or before the 15th of the month, you see these dates are purple, you will qualify for a free product of the month. And doTERRA does this every month. So that's why they want you to pick a date, and I recommend picking sometime before the 15th, just so that you can make sure that you qualify for that product of the month. If you want to go later, you can, that's fine. Honestly, mine is set for the 22nd. You can say process now at any time, and you can process that order sooner. So even though I'm set for the 22nd, I every single month process my order before the 15th because I want to take advantage of that free product. I do recommend that maybe you don't do it on the first, second, or third. Maybe give yourself a little bit of time to think about, oh, this is a special. What do I really need to be able to regroup at the beginning of the month to figure out what is it that I need to order this month? And then you can set your order and get it ready to go for one date. So you would pick a date. If you, when you sign up, you cannot have a loyalty reward order on the first month that you are enrolled. So if you enrolled in April, you cannot pick April, unfortunately. But if you, in that case, you would pick a date in May. But if you enrolled in March or before March, you can pick a date in April. So just putting that out there. So I'll go ahead and pick your date that you want, preferably in May, and preferably before the 15th. And then you're going to click save date and shop. All right, and that's it. Your loyalty reward order is set up. I am going to stop sharing. So that is how you would set up your loyalty reward order. Now I'm going to go into my account and show you how to edit that and how to take advantage of that LRP order. Give me 1 second as I pull up the right screen. All right. Once you've got your loyalty reward order set up, you are going, when you log in, your screen is going to look something like this. It's going to say your loyalty reward order. And you can go into edit order. So right now I have a lot of things in my order. I'm going to try to clean some of that out so it's a little easier to see. Bear with me. All right. So right now, I have just one item in my loyalty reward order. So a couple of things to notice is this item happens to be Melissa. It's a pricier oil. It says right here what the PV for this Melissa is. It is 100 PV. It does cost a little bit more than the PV. That is one of the exceptions. Most of the oils is dollar for dollar. If it costs $50, it's probably worth 50 PV. The only time that changes a little bit is with supplements. The supplements is where you'll see a bigger gap in the PV to dollars. If you look over here in my order summary, it tells me my PV for this particular order is 100. Why that's important is if I scroll up here a little bit, this tells me now this order qualifies to earn loyalty rewards points. So if your order is 50 PV or more, you qualify to earn points back. So depending where you started, if you got a bigger kit, you might start a little bit higher. But if you got the standard kit, you will start at 10%. And every month that you order 50 PV or more, you will basically tick up. Every 3 months that you order 50 PV or more, you will tick up 5% until you get to 30%. So your first month, if you are at 10% and you order something with 100 PV, you will get 10 points back that you can spend later. After 3 months of ordering 50 or more PV, you'll jump to 15%, then 20, then 25. I am at 30%. So my order of 100 PV gets me 30 points back. So that's really, really a huge savings. It's amazing. Don't be afraid if this up here says this order does not qualify for loyalty rewards points. That probably means that your PV is under 50, and that's okay. If you have a month or two where you can order 50 PV and then all of a sudden you have a month where maybe you don't need as many oils this particular month, or you're just not there in your budget, that's okay. To keep your place and not lose your percentage or your points, all you need to do is order at least one PV, something with one or more PV, and it will keep you where you are at. You don't drop back, you don't lose points, it'll just keep you where you're at. So there's always that flexibility. You also do not need to order the same thing every month. You can completely customize this order every month to be whatever it is that you need. And there is no minimum, there's no maximum, there's, other than needing to at least order that one PV to stay where you're at, there's no other real big rules. So that's your loyalty rewards kind of little nuts and bolts. So I want to show you now how to get your supplements at an amazing deal. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go ahead and add LLV in here. And there's different options for LLV. There's these little sachets that come like pre-put together in a one dose so that you can just, they're great for like travel or having them in your purse if you're like on the go all the time. There's a vegan version, but what I would like to order is bottles. All right, so I have to tell you this because I'm one who loves to know what am I saving. When you order this in an LRP order and you get the box with the 3 bottles, you are saving almost half off. And I will go ahead and challenge you guys, do your homework, go and look at the individual prices for these bottles. I want to tell you that Alpha CRS, I believe on its own is almost $60, if not more. When you put this all together, you're saving about half. I think it's like $75 that you save when you buy this as a bundle. So right there, you're saving money, but that's not it. Let me tell you more. I feel like an infomercial, but you also get, so you can also, when you get this as an LRP order in the bundle, you can add on up to 3 of these. And there's one more little screen right here. And these, you can add on up to 3 of these at a significant savings. The one that I love to show off is this one, the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. That one is great if you have any sort of inflammation, pain, those kinds of issues. This one really helps support your body and your systems to deal with some of that. It is normally $59.50 and you can add this on for $20. The Terrazyme and the PB Assist, which Amanda talked about at the beginning and are part of your daily routine, Those you can add on. They're normally, the Terrazyme is normally $37.50. You can add it on for $20, and the PB Assist is also $34.50, and you can add that on for $20. So I usually, for my order, because I need these, I will add on a digestion. I will add on a PB Assist, and just so that you guys know about it, this one is the Mito 2 Max. It is your energy booster. It gives you this natural boost of energy, not like caffeine or your power drinks. It gives you this just natural boost of energy. I love to take at least one of these a day to kind of get me through. I take it with my second dose of my LLV in the afternoon, and it gets me through that afternoon lull of like, I can't do anything. This one is a great savings as well. It's $39.50 normally, and I can add that on for $20. So I will add one on, and those are my 3 items. I scroll down and I say continue, and that adds right into my order. Right there, guys, I'm telling you, this is almost $100, if not more, of savings right here, just with this bundling. So this is by far the best way to get your supplements. The other thing I want to show you is how to redeem your points. So I'm going to just add one more item in here. I think I might need some On Guard this month. So I'm going to go ahead and add my On Guard 15 milliliter. But I want to show you how to redeem points. Once you've accumulated points, up here it tells me I have 203 points that I have accumulated and I have not used. So I'm going to go ahead and use them, or some of them, and I want to get my On Guard for free. So right here where it says use points, there's this little down arrow. I just clicked on the down arrow, and I'm going to say 1. And it's going to refresh my screen. That oil dropped all the way to the bottom. And here it is, and it says 1 time. I can only do this once. In other words, it's not going to save it. I can't be putting this and saving it for every month moving forward. It's just going to do it just 1 month, and my price dropped to 0, and my I'm getting that 1 On Guard for free. What I didn't show you before was my PV would have shown the On Guard on there, my PV for this order. It does drop when you use your points, because you're not going to get the credit for points that you are not paying for, basically. So your points will drop a little bit, but I still have enough points there to qualify for my 50 points that I need to get points back, as well as there is a little $3 charge. So my recommendation is, if you have a lot of points to use more in one order. That way you're not getting that $3 charge like every month. But it's still, I'm saving $34 with this order, which is pretty amazing. So the other thing I want to show you is, I told you my order processes on the 22nd. So you don't see the free product of the month. It is before the 15th. And so where's my product of the month? So if I want to see it, I'm going to go ahead and say proceed to checkout. Bear with me. I did forget to show you one other thing. So I'm going to come back in a minute to show you the other thing. But okay, so this little message popped up. Remember, please, to hit process now. When you do your order, I'm not done with my order yet. I'm just reviewing my order. Here is my process now button. Until I hit that, I have not actually put this order to go through. So this is a good place to just check my order, make sure everything is good. It's everything I got, all my payments right, all my where I want it to be notified. It's all good. So this is where I would go ahead and process now. But what I wanted to show you was, because I am over 125, the free product of the month automatically got put into my order, and I qualified for it, and I will be getting that free oil. So not only am I getting $34 for free from my On Guard, but I'm getting about, I think lime is about 10 or 12 or $15 free. So right there, that's like $40, $50 of savings that I'm getting free in this order, plus all the savings from bundling my supplements. So I don't want to process this now because there's other stuff I need. So I'm actually going to go back to the last page I was on because there's two more things I wanted to show you. So here in your summary on the right here, it shows you not only what the estimated points back for your order is. So right now for 190, I'm going to be getting 57 points that I could spend later. That's like 57 bucks on top of my 2 free items. And then it shows me the points that I used for this order. But the thing I want to focus on is your shipping. I'm paying $4 shipping, but if I decide I want this order a little faster, I can go down here and I could change my shipping method, and I'm going to just bump it up to standard. I want it to get here a little bit faster. I know it says the same date right now, but sometimes standard gets me here a little bit faster. Or yeah, I'm going to go to standard. That's $6.99. But if I go back up to my summary, see my estimated shipping points earned goes to 7. doTERRA actually gives you back your shipping in points. So even though you're paying it up front, it's like having free shipping. So I love that because there are times that I need my oils a little faster. And so I'll bump it up maybe to the 2-day mail, and it feels like I'm paying a lot for shipping, but I'm getting it back in points. So it doesn't hurt as bad. So those are a few things I wanted to point out to you. If you guys have any questions about setting up your loyalty rewards order, or like what to put in there, how to edit it, if you're like, oh my gosh, she showed me this and I can't remember now, don't worry about it. Reach out to the person who invited you to this class, to the person who introduced you to doTERRA, who helped enroll you, and we will walk you through it. If we need to, we'll walk you through the first 3 months. I've had people that I've walked through for 6 months. So please don't feel like you're a bother. We are here to help you, and we will walk you through every step of the way. Even the first time you want to redeem points, we will be there to help you. So make sure you reach out to us, and we can certainly help you with that. So let me make sure. I think that's all the main stuff I wanted to show you. Yep. So the other thing I wanted to mention, let me share my screen. So there's 2 things I wanted to mention upcoming. One, Amanda already mentioned to you, which is our education class that's coming up, our continuing education series. You know what? I don't have that. Give me 1 second, guys. I have a fun little picture I wanted to show you. So let me find that picture real quick. I am sorry, this is taking me forever. So we have a fun 8-week education class coming up starting on April 15th. It is going to be in the evenings. It's going to be over Zoom. And Amanda already went through those topics, so I'm not going to go through them again, but I will just mention that there will be a Google form if you can, either way, if you do it live or not, or if you do it, watch the recording, we do ask that you return the Google form to us, because that is how we will know that you attended. There is a secret word in each recording that you will need to submit with that Google form so that we kind of know you attended, and that you are really focused in on the class and paying attention. And as a reward for you, as a surprise for taking this time to invest in your health, we are going to give you the choice of 1 free prize, but you need to check into the classes to see what that free prize is. So that is our education class that's starting the 15th. The other thing I just wanted to get your guys' attention to is there is a Facebook group called Our Essential Oil Place. It's kind of a bigger group that is part of a bigger part of our little team. We're part of that bigger team. They are starting something on Facebook in the Our Essential Oil Place called the Essential Oil Makeover. So there's going to be a bunch of information and posts on Facebook about making over your home, reducing toxic load, and those kinds of things, starting on the 12th. So this Monday. If you want to get in on that, if we have not invited you to the Essential Oil Place, let us know. And again, reach out to the person who brought you to this class, or introduced you to doTERRA, and they will get you onto that group so that you can see and take advantage of all of this great information. And so those are the two things I wanted to make sure you knew about. The other thing I wanted to say is congratulations. You guys are now officially empowered to be your own health coach. And this is our goal. Like this is what really ignites my passion is knowing that not only did you guys just order a little box and maybe you'll use a couple of oils, or God, the worst thing would be that you just leave them in a box and don't use them. We want to make sure that you're using your oils, that you are enjoying them, and that you're seeing the benefits of using them. And so congratulations. Thank you for committing and watching this class and committing to 90 days, giving it 90 days. Because the first 30 days, you know, some people see results in 1 week, but maybe it takes 30 days for some, maybe it takes 60 for some, it might take a whole 90, but I am almost 100% sure you will see results. So thanks for committing. You are now empowered not only to do this with yourself, again, maybe later, but you can do this with family, with kids, with a spouse. You can do this even with friends. And if you are already thinking of people that you know that you want to share these oils with, let us know, because we can help you with a little bit of sharing and a little bit of focus. We can help you get what doTERRA likes to call free natural healthcare. So let us know if that's something you're interested in. And also, if for some reason you are watching this and you're like, I really like what they're doing and I want to do that. That's awesome. Let us know, because we would love to help you get started doing this as a business, as your career. Just get with the person again who reached out to you, and we would love to get you started. But first and foremost, we want you to get started using your oils, being comfortable with them, and seeing the difference that these little gifts of earth can make in your life. All right, I think that's all for us. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being a part of this video and sharing your thoughts with us and reaching out to us. I can't wait to talk to the people who I've invited, and I'm sure Amanda cannot wait to talk to the people that she's invited. So we look forward to talking to you soon.